So today we're going to try Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrel Guinness, or Guinness Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels. Now, as far as I know, for this year, 2020, and I think these just came out, I could be wrong, maybe a month ago, Guinness released this version in a gingerbread spiced in, I think it was Kentucky bourbon barrels, which I do have right over there. That will be the next review, but not sure what the cost of this was. Maybe I do. So from the picture, I want to say 1999 is what it looks like. Jessica picked up the gingerbread version, and they didn't have this version. And she went back to the store last night, and they had it. So she picked it up, and she sent me a picture, but the price is cut off. So 10.3% ABV is what's on here. They are not showing any IBUs on Untappd. Now, I did the Guinness, the standard Guinness version, and that was 4.1 to 4.3% and 40 or 45 IBUs. So with Guinness, I think it is watered down. It's more on the porter side, I think, than the stout side. So it'll be interesting to see how thick this one is. Obviously, if you're putting it into barrels, it is going to take some of that body away and bring it down some. But 10.3%. So let's go ahead and open this. These have been out almost an hour. So they might be a little bit warmer than what you would drink it, but I wanted to make sure they were about 55. I'm not sure what to expect on these. If they truly took the standard Guinness and put them in the barrels, I would think that wouldn't work, or it's going to be a big bourbon bomb or alcohol bomb or something like that, being 4.1 to 4.3% and putting it in a barrel. Very wet barrel. I've never done it, but I don't think you can double plus 2.5 times or something like that the alcohol level. Usually it could go down just a tiny bit from it soaking into the wood. It could go up, but I would think you'd have to leave bourbon or whatever you're using in that barrel to get it up to 10.3. So I don't know if this is the same recipe or not. Mocha colored head, almost all small bubbles. I do have a couple medium. Finger of head, bubbles on the side are compact like this. So color, a murky red amber color, like a brown amber color. And I'm saying murky because the regular Guinness didn't look like this. I guess it did on the side, but it seems like the middle is murky to me. Let's go ahead and smell. Definitely getting that bourbon, maybe a little vanilla oaky in there. Man, I would think if they use the standard Guinness recipe, that barrel is going to overpower everything in that stout. Alcohol, yeah, like a bourbon vanilla oaky alcohol. A little roasted malt in the back. Now I'm thinking that oak vanilla sticks out the most. Yeah, I would say as it's been sitting there, that vanilla oak sticks out the most. Then you have that bourbon, then that roasted malt in the back with some alcohol coming off there. Okay, let's go ahead and taste. Woody, oaky, a little sweetness, very like charred, burnt taste in there. Even in the aftertaste, it's like it's charred too much. Yuck. um, yeah, you get a little of that oakiness, very charred roasted malt, roasted charred barrel oaky, not very pleasant. I mean, even in the aftertaste, that barrel, that charred oaky barrel, is still there. It just sticks around. It's got that characteristic of like a bigger imperial stout in bourbon barrels. Like, you know, you're gonna get that charred oak, at least maybe a little bourbon or liquor alcohol in there, and it seems like it's trying to come out, but because it's so charred, it just falls apart. Then you're left with all that charred oak in your mouth. Because they don't say anything else on here. I can't really say. I don't think it was a very wet barrel. Like usually for my barrel aged beers, I like to let them set if I know that it was a very wet barrel. Because to me, I want to drink a beer. If I want liquor, I'll go to the store and pick up liquor. So I'll let them sit like a year. But this doesn't taste like it was a wet barrel. It almost tastes like the inside of the barrel was charred, and then they put more charred oak or whatever in the barrel to make it even more, to make it stronger. Yeah, I would go with a 2 out of 5. I'm sure the oak could be way overdone, maybe because it's so young that oakiness is just really ramped up. But yeah, for me, a 2 out of 5. I will keep the other ones and let them age a year or 2 or 3, just to see what happens. But yeah, it doesn't taste right to me. It's not, like I said. I don't know if they're taking their standard and putting it in a barrel, but that's what it kind of seems like, that the grain bill was too light to keep up with that charred barrel. So that took over, and this is what you would get. Like, it was too light of a beer to put in a barrel. That's why most of the time, I know you see some IPAs, but most of the time, that's why, you know, it's a stout that's in a barrel, because you can make a humongous stout and you can compete with that oak or that char on that barrel, and then it helps out. But this, yeah, my opinion, the recipe was too light to put into that barrel. Let's check on tap, see what people are saying. Okay, so 2 of my friends have had it. 4 out of 5. 484 people checked it in. 4.03 out of 5. So I'm very low compared to all my friends. No jinx. Huge bourbon. Have to have big bodies to hold it suspended. Okay, he's saying the body's too light, or the whatever beer they put in the barrel was too light, as I was saying. It comes off too boozy, but he gave it a 4. Uh, yeah. So yeah, if you've had this, let me know what you think about it. Again, like I said, I don't think that base beer was a good idea to put in there. I will be doing the gingerbread one. So stay tuned for that. If you like this video, check some more out over here. And until next time, happy brewing.